Hi everyone! Today I start working on my first project from Barbara Lanza, Fairy Lane, and as I already mentioned in my review of this coloring book, I am completely in love with the designs, but I don't like paper here, unfortunately. In this book we have a lot of spring pictures, but my heart immediately went to this picture with Lily of the Valleys. So I started from doing night sky, and to color the moon I used deco yellow, and in order to distinguish moon, in order for her not looking similar to the sun, I also added French grey to it, and then I covered her black edge with my white Posca pen. Next I grabbed my cloud blue pencil, which was almost invisible on this paper, and I tried to draw something like clouds. In order to color night sky with moon, we need to do a gradient from the lightest blue around the moon to the quite dark blue, almost black, in the bottom part of the sky. My pencil combination for the sky was powder blue around the moon, very light blue. Next, I used light cerulean blue and Mediterranean blue to the areas which are slightly farther from the moon. For the dark part of the sky I used indigo blue and even black, but black area and I later again covered with indigo blue. And for the middle part of the sky I decided that I needed touches of violet color, so I used violet blue. Areas of the sky which are far from the moon and behind two big trees are almost black, and this color gradient helped me to add depth to the picture. And now it's time to talk about paper in this book. Paper is really thin. I realize that it's a regular paper for all self-printed books from Amazon, but still, from the first touch of my pencils to this paper, I didn't felt any pleasure in applying color. I wasn't able to cover white areas of the paper completely, and it was a struggle to work with my Prismacolors on it. Paper has a nice tooth, but maybe it's too soft, and my Prismacolors lost their fine tips on this paper almost immediately, so it was quite hard to color along the lines and to color small details, and pigment also tended to smudge on this paper, so dark areas of the sky looked terrible. I wasn't able to cover white spots even with two layers of pencils, and it was quite hard to make a color gradient using pressure on the pencil. Usually I can grab just one blue, and varying pressure I can get colors from the pale blue to the quite intense blue, and here I needed to apply second layer, third layer, so I completely lost that advantage of Prismacolors because I had to apply more and more layers. And even my burnisher didn't help me to blend everything. After some time of this struggle, I wanted even to quit coloring this page, but as I already said, I really love pictures. So my solution was to use a set of harder, cheap pencils, and I used my Faber-Castell Eco set. It has nice 48 colors, and I applied them on top of my first layers of prismas. These pencils are not as pigmented as Prismacolors, so I wasn't able to color the whole picture with Faber-Castell Eco only. But on top of Prismacolors, they helped me to cover white areas finally. But I was disappointed that it took me almost 2 times longer than I spent normally because I needed to add second layer and to mix everything with blender. So again, it's a pity that such a beautiful pictures were printed on such an average quality of the paper. After I finished to work on the sky, I switched to trees. And when we have a light source behind the object, usually the object has lighter edges and darker middle part. So first I used deco yellow and cream and indicated areas of the trees which are highlighted by the moonlight. And then I created color gradient from beige sienna to light amber 70% French gray and dark amber plus black. Areas of the tree trunks which are closer to the center of the picture are lighter, and areas of the tree trunks which are far from the moon are darker. Also, I put some deco yellow around the small stars along the tree trunks. I think that this light helped the inhabitants of the small houses to climb down the trees. One of the reasons why I like this page is because it has a very distinguished forefront, then middle part, and then background, and it's possible to create interesting effect and depth to the picture. So for the tree trunks which are on the background, I didn't draw any particular details on the tree bark. I just made a color gradient. And it's a general rule of air perspective that for the objects on the forefront we need to draw each and every small detail, and for the objects on the background we just need to put colors and not to concentrate on small details. I was quite satisfied with my plot for this picture, the idea, this with selected colors, but I wasn't quite happy during the process. I think that harder pencils, maybe polychromoses, will work better on this paper. I think that I will try to finish this picture with Prismacolors with the help of Faber-Castell Eco. And then for the next projects I will try to switch to other pencil brands.